The Triple B Podcast would like to invite you to come break bread with your brothers. If you like what you're hearing on the show, if you think we missed the mark, or if we got it all wrong, reach out to us on social media. We can be reached on Twitter at triple_B_pod or search Brothers Breaking Bread Podcast. We are the Brothers Breaking Bread on Facebook, and our email is brothersbreakingbreadpod@gmail.com. Further descriptions are in the show notes. Like, follow, friend, do all that good stuff, and please never forget to break bread with your brothers.
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Brothers Breaking Bread Podcast in the house. Hey.
We're having a little pop back. It'll be good.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's not just talk about it.
This is a beautiful thing, man. It's all this blackness, and we all just getting together, we playing dominoes, we eating, we drinking.
And, food is always just the extra, man.
They deprive these people of their basic human rights, and we call ourselves Americans. We're supposed to be above all this.
They'll fake the crisis. They'll make it seem way out of proportion.
We brothers, we breaking bread.
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up?
Trying to hold it all together, man. Life is moving fast right now, man. So it's good to hear everybody come through.
I love that, man. I love it a lot. More than I could say to you guys.
We learned your English, we learned your Spanish, we learned your Dutch, your Portuguese, your German. You learned our nothing. You called us stupid. That's white privilege. And I'm sure it probably hurts for you to hear those two words, kind of like gunshots and explosions from those commissioned to protect you with whisking past your ears. What is white privilege? It is the only 5 decades of legal acknowledgement expected to correct 400 years of white transgression. It's crack versus cocaine. Blacks receiving almost 20% longer sentences for the same exact offenses. Like, for instance, a black man without a record is less likely to get a job than a white felon, or maybe it's because we're lazy and we don't work hard enough. Like, what the fuck? 400 years in the same field literally is an incredible resume builder. It is Katrina answering the government's prayers of eugenics, Dick Cheney going fishing the next day, Condoleezza on a shopping spree, Bush in San Diego, but Kanye is the one you call crazy because, like, it only took the USA 2 days to get aid to Asia, but 5 for FEMA to get to Canal Street and Esplanade. Is the one black kid who beat the shit out of the odds, but only thanks to Sandra Bullock, Michelle Pfeiffer, and the White Shadow, so now we all can make it. It is the only time thousands of white people are cheering for the black kid to win is in the stadium. It is you looking at me crazy if I told you to go back to Europe, even though we didn't have a say. It is you all of a sudden having a problem with immigration, like this isn't even your nation. How the hell do you discover some shit that wasn't even missing to begin with? You Columbus our traditions. Had white girls twerking in high definition with multicolored hair and purple nails, but it was ghetto when we did it. Oh, I make you uncomfortable. Try a cramped slave ship, but wait, slavery is over now. It's just called the prison system, because, like, you're not racist because you don't use the N-word, but y'all use niggas every day. What is white privilege? It is the acceptance of bombs over Baghdad, but not over Boston. It is European history being taught as a major and African as an elective. It is learning about my people only 28 days, like I'm not black every fucking second as every white boy. With the fuck my braids out, not because I'm pretty, but because I'm pretty for a black girl. It is people thinking that Africa is one nation. It is the waving of the Confederate flag like you didn't lose the battle and then telling us to get over slavery. It is people saying that black people destroyed neighborhoods but forgetting that white people have destroyed continents. It is every time I bring up my plight, some white man has to tell me that I'm crazy but is kind enough to praise my English or say that we're all given the same opportunities, even though he has a family history of wealth and I don't even know my family history at all. Is the justification of police brutality. Like, what did that person do? I'm sure it doesn't hurt as much when the victim doesn't look like you. It is people thinking that affirmative action is an unfair advantage instead of keeping the qualified from being unfairly disadvantaged or throwing out a qualified applicant because their name sounds too African American. As Newports imported into black communities where black boys exported for weed as big plastic asses that are called fat when we naturally have them. It is an Australian woman whose new classic of rap music is everyone who hears this poem dismisses all this truth I just spit as reverse racism. That is white privilege. Thank you.
Never miss a moment to break bread with your brothers. Triple B podcast me out. I mean, what the fuck else can you say after that?
Show over.
Finger snaps all around.
Show over.
Finger snaps.
I'll do it
The
right.
show is over.
What's going on, y'all? Brothers breaking bread. Triple B in the house, man. 10 meters. Slim AC. Lady Lavender. Half of the brothers of Doom. Joe Jeff here. I'm the KC Stork. What is going on, party people? Everybody got quiet.
What's up?
There we go. There go the peanut gallery. Love them. I mean,
We're here.
oh my God. That
That was powerful, man.
Joe found that one, I believe.
Okay. Joe, good shit, Joe.
I didn't want to put it on my Facebook wall until after the show, but it's going up after we get off this motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
That's good shit right there, man. Let's check in so we can get it in, man. Ladies first. Lady Lavender, how you living?
Living large and in charge. Good. It's a good week. School's good. My student teacher's good. I feel like I'm teaching her well. She had lots of compliments today, which was nice. Mm-hmm. My federation finally gave me my pictures that they were supposed to give me after waiting since August to get them. So it's all good.
I have a question, though. Did you have to use your AK?
It was a good day.
Okay.
I didn't even have to use my AK.
Good shit.
Right on.
My man, 10 meters. What's going on, Chief?
I'm chilling down here in the old bayou.
All right.
It's Mardi Gras season.
Ooh.
Yeah, parades are out. There was one tonight. I didn't go. I'm not going. I might hit one up tomorrow. It depends. I'll see how I feel. But anyway, job is okay. The white people at my job is all right.
Damn. It's always a problem.
So,
Black History.
Yeah, it's Black History Month. Or make people. Oh, I'm sorry. Try to make white people comfortable month. That's what it is.
Fuck that. Black History Month.
Shit.
I mean,
everything is cool down here.
Good shit, pimp. Thanks for coming aboard. Slim AC, what's up, man? Hit that button.
Hit that button, homeboy.
There it is. I hit the button when I started talking.
Hit that button.
No, but all good over here. Everything's good, man. Can't complain. Couple of diaries from the carnival that is work. I took a couple of episodes off talking about the carnival, but it's back.
We gotta find some music for you, dog. We gotta find like some and working at the car wash. Yeah, it gotta be something like that, dog. When you come with the work diary, cause if I gotta be Archie Bunker, you gotta get some music too, nigga.
Now we're gonna get that nigga one of them old Negro spirituals like.
Hey, glory. Oh my Lord.
Hey, we need the chain game.
Tote that bars. Lift that bell. Yeah, man.
Go ahead, man. My bad.
No, it's all good. So Monday morning, came into work to find a brick thrown through the window of the door. Someone tried to break into the store, but we have a double-plated glass, so it was a major fail. So henceforth, I had to spend my morning filing police reports and cleaning up a brick and cleaning up glass in front of the store. Being the next day, I had a visit from the regional vice president. So that was an awesome experience.
Love it.
Going through that at work. Just dealing with the general public, man, you people are so disconnected and unattached to reality that is just really crazy. So I had a guy, while I'm on a visit with my, regional vice president of this area. So I'm walking by the aisles and this guy's, looking at us. He just keeps looking at us. And, we're masked up. We got our mask on, and, we're following protocol, whatever, in store. So I guess he waits till I am separate, from everybody else. Because, I'm in my kind of like my work attire uniform, and, you can tell they're different because, they come in suits and all this and all that type of stuff. Right. They're different. They don't work in the store every day. So he pulled us to the side, and he was like, "So they make you guys wear masks, huh?"
What?
And I'm like, make us? Yeah, we still wear masks as an organization and a company. Yes, sir. He said, well, I think that's a violation of your civil rights. So you should really dig into that and call some type of labor union or something, because this is not right and this is not fair. I've just been watching. This looks ridiculous. So I'm looking at this dude while he's all, in my space. And I'm like, do you understand I'm wearing a mask because of motherfuckers like you?
Mouth breathing.
Did he have a 10-gallon hat and some shit kickers on talking about some bitch?
Goddamn freedom.
And you know what? Pretty close. Pretty close. All it was missing was the 10-gallon hat, sir. That. But yeah, man. So for me, like, it's just dealing with the general public. You see so many different aspects of life. Like even that same day, it was just a wild day because that was like a 16-hour day. I had two people come in, and we stand and we greet people in the store. And so it just made me think of just conversations we've had about peer-to-peer accountability. So this mother and her 3 kids walk in, and I said, "Hi, welcome in." Mom says hello. Say hi, welcome in. The daughter says hello. Say hi, welcome in. The son says nothing. So they get about 10 paces past me, and the daughter looks back at her brother, and she said, "Hey, you fucking idiot! He spoke to you. Say something." Nigga, I about lost it in the middle of the I said, yes. Raise up a child and train him right. Get his ass.
Teach him.
Get him. Get him.
Teach him.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying teach him. I was agreeing with you. Teach him.
Yeah, teach him. Teach your little brother. Peer-to-peer accountability, though. So it just made me think about peer-to-peer accountability and some of the things that we do with each other and hold each other accountable, and how we raise our children, and how we want them to be, stuff like that, man. But all together, man, it was actually a good week, minus the first 2 days of the week, and we just over here grinding, man, and living life, doing what we do every day, man. So it's all good.
Well, good shit, man. I'm glad no one was hurt. Glad it was only a brick and nothing was taking the value, especially a life, man. So good shit, bro.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, my time, nothing was taking the value.
Yes, sir. Well, time is valuable, but I feel you. We got the traveling, man. The brothers, one of the brothers of Doom, on the mission. What's going on,
the road again?
Yes, indeed. Got the baby's got the youngest one got a competition, cheerleading competition in Tulsa. So that's about the midway point. So that was probably the best time for me to catch one of those competitions and see him for the weekend. And I'll probably headed back this way next weekend to pick him up for the holiday. So
Okay.
Black Daddies matter.
Indeed, they do.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yo, that's awesome, man. Keep us updated on how the girls do, man. I'm always about that activities with the kids, man.
Indeed.
Absolutely. I've seen videos. I've seen her practice, at my house. She amazes me every time she steps up, because she just gets more and more, talented. So.
Good shit. Got them athletics from her daddy.
Right.
Maybe.
Good shit, Joe.
Oh shit. Well, let me.
Roger, what's going on, man?
Let me get right to the point. So we're trying to not make another 3-hour show like we did last week. Let me get my. Hold on. Okay.
Streaming with Google.
Okay, we're not doing the Google Fiber, but yeah, it's time for one of them moments, man. Let me get it cracking here.
From television.
Okay, you know what? Never mind. Archie Bunker music is not gonna happen. Da, 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 da. Hey man, if you got headphones and we at work, use them motherfuckers, bro. I do not need to be in the control room with your ass listening to whatever the fuck white nonsense you listening to. Yes, I said white nonsense because it was white nonsense. When I don't have shit to do, I pull my laptop out and I study and I do my homework, try to do my homework because I love getting paid to do my homework, right? I love it.
Right.
But nobody want to hear about the Network Plus CompTIA exam, you know? So I put my fucking headphones in my ear. That way other people around me ain't got to hear about Mike Myers. Yes, it's not the killer, but Mike Myers. Ain't nobody got to hear about this nigga telling me about how to set up networks and fucking subnet. So I put my headphones in. Nigga, I know you got headphones because when we're in the locker room, they in your fucking ears. Why can't you put them in your ears when we're in the goddamn control room? Besides that, life is good. All right.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Speaking of niggas that want to be friends, keeping it going. Hey, thank you all for your time. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it, especially Joe on the road. But speaking of, before we get into some real bad shit, which is gerrymandering, let's talk about niggas that want to be friends, and we can move on. Bitch McConnell, I don't want to play the video because his voice drives me crazy. Also from the files of Niggas Who Want to Be Friends and the No Shit files, McConnell calls January 6th a violent insurrection, hits RNC for censure of Cheney and Kissinger. Those are two people. Kissinger also came out and said, yeah, no shit, it was an insurrection. Thanks, Mitch, for pointing out the obvious, because your colleagues are trying to bury the fucking lead with this legitimate political discourse. Yeah. Anybody got anything to say? I think we all agree.
Well, I mean, Mitch is up for re-election again, so.
That too.
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he just got re-elected. He's got five more. He's got 5 more years.
He's got 5 more years.
Yeah, he barely. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
But even if that was the case, he don't care. He don't care about the niggas who think this is he don't care.
True.
True that. Fuck Mitch. Fuck him. But thank you for pointing out the obvious. We appreciate it, bitch. I mean, Mitch.
Yeah.
Good. All right, moving on. We got the good news out of the way. Bad news, they don't want niggas voting. Supreme Court lets GOP drawn Alabama congressional map that critics say dilutes power of black voters stay in place. The Supreme Court in a 5-4 decision allowed a congressional map drawn by Alabama Republicans to remain in place Monday, freezing a lower court ruling that said the map likely violates the Voting Rights Act by diluting the political power of black voters. The lower court had ordered a new map to be drawn, which could have led to Democrats gaining another seat in the House in the fall. Chief Justice John Roberts joined the 3 liberal justices in dissent. The justice also said they would hear arguments over the map, adding another potentially explosive issue concerning the scope of key provisions of the Voting Rights Act to the court's docket. We know one thing this country has come to hate is the rights of niggas to vote.
Right.
Anybody mad? Anybody upset? Anybody got a friend that was worried about Hillary's emails? Anybody?
Not real. I'm not really worried about Hillary's emails.
No, the point was motherfuckers didn't go vote. And I get it, the Democrats didn't really give us a lot of shit to vote for, but here we are.
Here we are. I mean, this is the reason to do your research, go out and do your civic duty and, exercise your right to vote.
And not just every 4 years.
Keep your right to vote.
Not just every 4 years, but you got locally. It's just there's so.
You know what's fun?
Go ahead, go ahead,
funny, bro. I think our response, when you read that and said that, I think everybody's response to it, like how we were kind of just like, meh. It's kind of like almost we're numb to it. Like we expect it. We expect them, like we talked about last week, to blow up the whole fucking stadium and move the goalposts and do everything that they're gonna do to try to, avoid equal footing all the time. It's like we're numb to it. So it's like we don't even feel it. Like I mean, is that a surprise? Is that a?
But that's dangerous, though. That's you do agree that's dangerous. That's dangerous, right? That
it is
that numbness that we're starting to feel. That this is just the way of things. And I know us here, we fight against it. We got teachers that teach against it. I know I can speak for myself. I'm vocal against it. Amongst my peers at work and things like probably places I shouldn't be, but. It's that numbness that's very dangerous.
That's it is, and to piggyback on that, it is dangerous, to become, numb to the situation and numb to, especially when it involves your community, because when we put these politicians in office, they affect your community. They affect the way you live. They affect the way, your way of life, how you work, how you go shopping, everything. And by us not being attuned to saying, hey, this is not what we want, or this is not how things should work, we lose our voice and our footing. And we only have us to blame for it.
I think
we become numb for the situation.
That's exactly what they want, though, bro. It's like just with anything, when you pound a motherfucking subject so much and you are so consistently pounding that subject, eventually motherfuckers' ears go deaf to it. If you see the same information over and over and over, which is what I believe they're counting on, you end up going deaf to the situation, and that's the trap. That's the trap that we fall into, and that's what, kind of Roger was just talking about. It's like that's what's scary about it. It's just kind of like you get numb to the shit, and you don't even, you gloss over it. And that's what's the dangerous part about it is that now we, a lot of people gloss over it, and it's like, oh, it's just them being them, or it's just them being them. And they, nigga, we fuck around and be back and change again.
Yeah,
I mean, it seems like, and it seems that way. We're heading back to. I feel it, especially down here in the South, that we're heading back to the Jim Crow era of when shit was damn near impossible for change for Black folks. Because of this white way of thinking, this supremacist white way of thinking.
I mean, niggas gotta. I know it takes a lot more than voting, but that is a start.
It takes voting. It takes
and we talked about
gathering, protesting. It takes a lot. It takes work.
We also talked about and that's going to be the hard part too, though, right? The financial part of it, right? Where we put our money at, because even our own neighborhoods have been so disenfranchised as far as our dollars are always leaving our community. And even when they're in our community, they're being put in the hands of people who don't have the best interests of our community. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very tricky thing. Like, you go to the hood, we know this the simple thing of like getting fucking groceries in the hood, bro. You gotta leave the hood to get groceries sometimes.
Yeah,
because food deserts are a real thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. We'll finish this article. The court's order, the first dealing with the 2022 elections, means that the map will be used for the state's upcoming primary and likely be in place for the entire election cycle, while the legal challenge plays out. The order pauses in an opinion by a panel of 3 judges that led the Alabama map that held that the Alabama map, I can't read today, map likely violates Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act because it only includes one district where Black voters have the opportunity to elect a candidate of their choice. Can't have niggas doing that. No. we all know.
Don't want that.
We all know where Clarence Thomas is on this 5-4 decision.
Of course, he's the.
Because they already let you know that John Roberts joined the 3 liberals, so we know that foot.
Uncle Ruckus.
I hate that nigga. Anyway, moving on. Oh, hey, more news. North Carolina Supreme Court strikes down GOP drawn congressional map. This is good news. That's good news, right? In a ruling released Friday evening, the justices wrote that the current map was an illegal partisan gerrymandering that is unconstitutional beyond a reasonable doubt. This is and like this and like all like this shit sound like someone I think who said like civil rights era. This shit sound like 1960s type shit. This is February 04 2022 is when this fucking article was released, y'all. North Carolina State Supreme Court handed Democrats one of their biggest legal victories yet in the fight over redistricting, striking down a GOP-drawn congressional map that could have given Republicans control of 11 of the state's 14 districts. God damn.
That is crazy. That is fucking crazy.
Right, but if nobody stands up to it, then they get away with it.
And that's true, because we don't have enough voices out there that are willing to stand up for it.
I mean, but here's the we keep, and I hate saying it, like we keep looking for a voice. Sometimes it may not be one central voice. It might just have to be the people.
We need a group of people.
It might have to be the people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's gonna have to be the people. For the people, for me. Kill a pig, get a little. No, my bad. Sorry.
No, that was funny. But if we and maybe I'm not as informed as I should be, but who are our political voices right now?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
who are our political voices right now? Because the general public, needs a by let's just say most of the public are followers of whatever is going on. So who is our political voice right now, or political voices that are drawing attention to these subjects and these matters that will get us more involved? I'm curious to know.
I would say
Gary Chambers,
Slim AC, KC Stewart, Tim Peters, Lady Lavender,
Zeb the Soldier.
Zeb the Soldier, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Zeb said it, we only do what we can do.
I fuck with that. I fuck with that.
We out here trying to, if nobody doing it, we doing it. And we get picked up, cool. We doing our part. That's all we can do. You know what I'm saying?
But that speaks to what I was trying to say too. Is like we keep looking for a voice. We have to be the voice. We have to be
the change you want to be in the world. You want to see in the world.
There you go.
But are we enough though?
I mean, does it matter? You got to start somewhere.
We could do.
You can only do what you can do.
That's right.
You do.
Hey, what does them always say? Is got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere.
Look.
I mean, we could start it. We can organize. We can get our stuff together and everything like that, and we can do what we can do. But it's enough.
Ain't no
Whose side you on? Whose side you on?
Y'all side.
I think
our side.
I think, but hold on, Ten. I think, but you speaking to the voice of many people. They go, is it enough? And if you keep asking yourself, is it enough? That turns into doubt. Right. And you say, and what happens is you end up saying, is it enough? Is it enough? Am I enough? Am I enough? I'm not enough, and you stop moving. I think that's what happens. That's what happens when we talk about this doubt. You can't do that. All you can, like we keep saying, all I can do is, I mean, I got 2 babies, but my teenage and adult children, all I can do is push upon them. This is what you got to do. Take care of your community. Take care of yourself. Take care of your people. Don't let people take your voice away from you, and hope that it is enough. Don't keep asking, is it enough? I hope it is enough, because that's all I can do.
All right. Well, I also believe like what Joe was saying. I think it was. I don't think it was facetious, but at the same time, he's saying we're big voices for a cause right now, right?
Exactly.
So let's say there's 10, 15, 20, 30 people who listen to us, weekly and listen to what we do, then, most of us have kids and everything and whatnot. So as long as you keep setting the example, setting the mode, you never know what seed you're planting for the next person to step up and be the one who really has a powerful impact more powerful than you. So all we can do is continue planting seeds and hope that one day they're going to harvest somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what we got to do on our end, is just continue to plant the seeds that we know are right. So if we continue to plant seeds, then hopefully it'll catch in the right wave, and then next thing you know, it could explode into something. But we just got to keep doing what we do.
I can't speak for Ida, but aside from the show, I know I speak to another 100 people every week.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
With kids and adults every day.
Oh, see, okay.
Hopefully making changes.
Yeah.
And so what this particular case, the North Carolina case, reminds me of is something I'm talking about in class, which is required for my AP students, is a court case called Shaw versus Janet Reno from 1993.
I think I vaguely remember that case, but go ahead.
And so it's a landmark decision which kind of set the bar for how the court is to look at these things. They try to basically they decided they were in redistricting, as they're doing now.
Right. And
they drew a map, and it came up, and Janet Reno said that's not good enough. We need to have, you got 20% of the population in North Carolina is African American. They need to have an African American representative. There weren't any up until that point. Y'all need to go back and redraw this map. So they drew a map, and they had this squiggly line that's been gerrymandered. It's run through places like Greensboro and down the highway. So like it's at some places this voting district was as skinny as the highway. And it goes, from black community to black community, to dots on the map, like this little snake winding through the state, And so they elected a black representative, but then what happened is that got taken to court. And so the Supreme Court basically said, nah, we can't gerrymander in North Carolina to get you a black judge. And, black representative. And you look at it on the surface, it's like, man, yeah, that's fucked up. They were just trying. It's a good thing. They try to get some representation, and they trying to, diversify the delegation going from North Carolina. We should celebrate that, but they're saying no, that's gerrymandering. We need to stop that. Well, the reason why they did that shit is because if we can gerrymander to put a black person on the court, what the fuck do you think they're gonna do in 2022?
Exactly.
Hello.
They're gonna gerrymander to take. I'm not on the court. I keep saying the court. To put somebody in Congress. They're going to gerrymander to take them out of Congress.
Exactly.
And so...
What's good is for the goose is good for the gander.
What's up, Pam?
Absolutely. So in Alabama, I don't think they went ahead and made a decision. I think they just made a decision to sit on their hands for a minute. So hopefully they'll go back to Shaw versus Reno and say, yo, Alabama fucked up too. We'll see, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll see.
Yeah.
And I think Joe and then Lay Lavender chimed in too. Kind of what I was about to say, man. Like, we influence each other here, and I know you brothers and sister speak to at least 10 people every day who y'all influence, because I y'all influence me. And I respect y'all opinion. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all influencing me, I know y'all influencing at least 10 other people. And those 10 people, man, it continues on and on and on. So, yeah. This is to piggyback 10. What would you say?
I was going to say, I talked to way more than 10 people. But
no, I was just saying, I was in my mind, I was just saying on the basic level.
I'm saying that there are things, like I just talked about something that I talked about in class on the podcast. I'm always talking about shit we talk about on the podcast to the class.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So all I was saying is to 10, like, bruh, I think you have more power than you realize. That's what I'm trying to say. Because what you say to those around you, good or bad, echoes, bruh. That's all I'm saying. Don't ever think I just got one voice and I ain't got it, and that's not enough. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I was saying. And like they Lavender and Joe, they speaking to a lot of people every day. A lot of people.
Hey, Zeb, tell him again. We can only do what we can do, man. Tell him, Zeb.
You were breaking up, bro.
Zeb, tell him we can only do what we can do, man. I need to hear from you.
We can only do what we can do, man.
There it is.
All right.
But do
All
that.
right.
But do that shit well. Don't do it half-ass.
Do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, I try. I live what I preach, though.
Yeah, I feel you.
I definitely do that. I live what I preach.
It's as simple as this, bro. We got to be consistent as they are.
Yeah, and they are very consistent.
That's it.
I mean, they are consistent.
And
I'm about to talk about the plan, but go ahead.
No, I was gonna say they are very consistent in, giving us their hate. Their hate for our kind and our politics and everything like that. So we need to be consistent as to why we need these things put in place.
Yeah.
All right. So the plan.
All right.
This how we go. This how we gonna reach the masses. We got a sellout episode coming up.
I can't wait. Nigga, I'm excited for that episode, actually.
And then when we sell out for an episode, our everybody gonna start, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna have a whole bunch of motherfuckers that, you know what I'm saying, that
oh, shit.
Yeah, Joe's on the road.
You breaking up?
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe's on the road.
Joe is talking.
You broke up, bro.
He's preaching.
You broke up. Hey, y'all. Technical.
He shared all the knowledge.
Yeah.
He shared all the knowledge, and the white people are trying to take it away.
Hey, they heard him. Oh, shut this nigga off.
Hold on. What the Jews got on the moon? Like some sort of beam or something?
They got beams. The Jews got beams.
That's what it was.
They got weather control machines, dog.
Anti-melanation, Miss. Anti-melanation.
But no, hey, but before we
that
get
was a joke. I don't believe that Jewish people had no beam on the goddamn moon.
Hey, no, you gotta say that shit for the Sellout podcast, bro. Or maybe we have a whole. Maybe that's more Hotep. They have a Hotep podcast.
Jumping the gun.
But now,
once we sell out, then we gonna flip it back, and we gonna get them all the real knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but before we keep moving forward, Zeb just hopped in. Zeb the soldier. What's going on? You good, Chief? You good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, everything's good this way, bro.
All right.
Happy to be joining.
All right.
A little late, but on time.
Hey, you never late, man.
Yes, sir.
In my book.
I appreciate it, bro.
Never late.
Well, but back into these articles. The GOP giveth and the GOP take it away. Kansas Senate overrides Kelly veto of GOP drawn map after Republicans switch votes. Republican-controlled Kansas Senate voted Tuesday to override Democratic Governor Laura Kelly's veto of a congressional map that would divide Wyandotte County and dilute the voting strength of its minority residents. The action sets up a crucial override vote in the House where GOP leaders must summon a 2/3 majority to force the new district boundaries in the law. The outcome will reveal whether the Republican legislature or the Democratic governor currently holds the upper hand in the decennial fight over redistricting. So
one state giveth, one state taketh away.
Take it away.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, man. Like, and if you think it's all these little battlegrounds, these little testing sites, man, and you'll be a fool to think that other states aren't watching this play out.
Right. And and especially the ones that like the swing states, like the ones that's on the fence that actually decides the elections, such as Ohio, Michigan, some of the Florida sometimes, those states, and they're looking to see who's going to be, the better of the two, who's going to prevail. And depending on what they do, that's what these swing states are gonna follow. They're gonna follow what the trend is, basically.
Oh damn, these niggas on some shit. The new district lines will replace Lawrence. And for y'all know, Lawrence is and a lot. And we see this a lot of times too. These college towns. You see it even in Missouri, Columbia, Missouri, is this little speck of blue in this big ass red state in the middle of this big ass red state. So you see this shit. You see this shit a lot. The new district line will place Lawrence, a liberal college town, into the first congressional district. The district known as the Big First encompasses the western areas of the state and its north central region and is reliably Republican. Oh man, they trying to turn this motherfucker purple, bro. Real talk. Real talk.
Actually, more a lavender hue than purple.
Well, you just wanted to say purple, but real fancy, nigga.
They trying to get now. They don't like how purple it is now. They trying to
they try to ride.
Yeah,
they trying to redden that bitch up.
Yeah, nah, it's that's crazy though. It's like we know this is normally a Democratic lean area, but we just gonna pull you in and just fuck it, take all this shit, nigga.
Yeah.
So what's the word? What's the word on the House though? So the Senate. So you got some Republicans who voted one way and then they ain't gonna spine and vote the other way. What's up with the House? Is the House gonna override also?
Let me see here. Going through this article here. District. Blah, blah, blah. Live podcast, y'all.
Yeah, we're reading.
If the well, damn, it doesn't say though. It just goes on to say if the House follows the Senate and overrides the veto, the map is all but certain to face a court challenge. The House needs.
So we don't know.
Let's go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, the House needs 5 more votes. The House needs 5 more yes votes to successfully override the veto. The vote is likely to be tight. And Representative Tom Burrow, a Kansas City Democrat, said he anticipates similar drama on the House floor to what was seen in the Senate.
So they need 5 people to lose their spine.
Yep.
And in the Republican Party, that shouldn't be hard to find.
No, sir. Do they even have spine? What?
Yeah,
jellyfish motherfuckers over there.
You can find that in the change ball, bro.
Right.
Sorry, y'all.
I wonder if all the Republicans voted one way in the first vote. You know what I'm saying, to pass the bill, or if they are they trying to flip 5 Democrats, or do they have 5 Republicans that they need to, you know what I'm saying, get in lockstep?
Well, in Kansas, I mean, shit.
I think they probably have the 5 though, because it's majority Republican, isn't it?
But they might have voted. But yeah, so what I'm saying is you need to probably get 2/3.
Yep.
And so they probably already have all the Republicans on that side. They may need to. The 5 might have to be Democrats. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they need to flip 5 Democrats.
What they call them? Instead of rhinos, some dinos, nigga.
Yeah, it could. If it's some rhinos out there, because that's what apparently what happened in the Senate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what the situation is in the House. So we'll keep an eye on it.
They're trying to find some dinos, some Democrats in name only. There we go.
There you go.
Like your boy Joe bitch ass Manchin.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
Manchin.
Kirsten Sinema.
Yep, Kirsten said definitely 2 big bitch ass dinos. There we go. Sorry, y'all. News don't get better. 10-year-old girl died of COVID after her teacher appointed her the class, quote unquote, class nurse. Her parents want answers. You might be like, what does that mean? Teresa Sperry beamed with pride in September when she told her father about the job she had been assigned by her 5th grade teacher. Days earlier, the teacher had made Teresa, the quote-unquote class nurse, putting the Virginia girl in charge of walking sick classmates to the nurse's office, waiting for them to be treated, and at times returning to the classroom to retrieve their backpacks if Hill Point Elementary School officials sent them home. Her father, Jeff Sperry, told the Washington Post. I asked her, so is this your job? Sperry recounted, and she gave me several examples of people that day she took to the nurse's office. Yeah, so this little girl was taking, in the day of a fucking pandemic, sick children to the nurse.
Bro, I would have lost my shit.
And now she's dead.
Control myself.
Then she dies of the coronavirus. Yeah.
However, caveat.
Go ahead.
The parents vaccinated 2 of the 4 children, and she wasn't one of them.
Oh, that is true.
Was she too young at the time?
I don't think so, because mine has been vaccinated and she's 9.
When did yours get vaccinated?
But I mean, I'm saying, dude,
Before the school year?
Early in the school year, and so at some point.
Because they said that happened in September. That's what I'm saying.
It says she contracted the virus weeks before federal public authorities approved the vaccine for 5 to 11.
Okay, so it was before. It was before them.
Yeah, so they said my daughter was.
Wait. When did she die? When did she die?
I'm trying to see the date here. All I know is
died. Looked like it was September 27th. Because when you passed, I think you passed.
Okay, so it's at the beginning of the school year.
Yeah, so you said my daughter was 10 and the vaccine wasn't out yet for children.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I get it, but whether she was vaccinated or not, that's a fucking adult's job, man.
Yeah.
Just period. That's a fucking adult's job, man.
Yeah, we're in a pandemic, folks, and this shit is real. I mean, people are dying of this.
Even if there wasn't no pandemic, when I was sick, didn't know my classmate didn't take me to the goddamn nurse's office.
You gotta be in class learning other shit. Why are you sitting in the cave there with her? Just because the teacher didn't want to deal with it.
Right.
Either the nurse came and got us, or 9 times out of 10, at the age of 10, they just gave us a hall pass and said, "Then go see the nurse." Yeah,
exactly.
Which was in the main office. It was just a office outside, right there in the main office.
Yeah.
You could always find nurse's office.
9 times. Yeah, they usually like stay away from that nigga. He's sneezing and got shit running out of his nose.
Yeah, that's just not very good common sense at the end of the day. Right. And that's probably really wasn't anything more than that. But that's fucked up that it costs. I mean, it potentially possibly cost that girl her life. We don't know if that's how she got the corona, but obviously that definitely increases your motherfucking chances.
Whatever fucking adult made that decision need to go work in a fucking COVID unit in a hospital without a mask. Fuck them.
Nah, yeah. That's what he was asking. I was like, I was wondering how many boxes they was gonna be throwing for UPS.
Okay, I'll read this last paragraph here. The Sperry's will never know whether Teresa, whose story first reported by the Virginia pilot in the Wavy, that's tight, caught the coronavirus at school. Suffolk Public Schools completed an investigation into Teresa's death that revealed that a teacher assigned the girls the quote-unquote class nurse job September 21st. The teacher, though, denied that Teresa was asked to escort sick children to the nurse's office and said the girl never accompanied students who exhibited symptoms of the coronavirus to the clinic, according to a 3-page report review by the Post. What do you mean?
As if motherfuckers don't be asymptomatic.
I know. That's why I was like, what do you mean? That's why I wanted to read that. Exactly. That's why I wanted to read, like, what do you, if you're telling the kid to go to the nurse, that means they're sick. Why is my child accompanying the sick kid any fucking where in this building?
Exactly. Period. Corona or not, bro. Like flu, cold.
That nigga cut his finger. That ain't my daughter's problem.
Right.
Hey, somebody would get slapped out for that shit, man.
Slap the fuck out.
I would be at that motherfucker, nigga. Line every teacher up, nigga. We going to Oklahoma drill right now.
Hey, you know what's funny though? Not this story, but I said at work, I presented that we should all like job or employment disputes should be settled via the Oklahoma drill.
I agree.
Trial by combat.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody get on your back. Nigga, give a nigga, one of y'all get a football. I mean, actually, whoever brought the dispute to the manager, you get the football and let's go.
Right.
Anyway, they shot that down in the meeting. So, all right. Whatever.
Do they still do the Oklahoma drill? Is that allowed?
No, it's not.
Yeah,
hold on. I should say you're not supposed to do it.
Right.
There we go. There we go. Especially in little league teams, they definitely don't want you doing that. We never did it.
Not little league, but nigga, they do that shit.
They do it. You're not supposed. That's why I said you're not supposed to do it. They do it. I do know they still do it. All right, going on with more fuckery. Florida school bus driver arrested for driving 40 kids home while drunk.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What? Hold on.
Wow.
News at 9.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey.
continues its wild.
Hold on, we're not giving these niggas no play. Even though that's a great show, The Masked Singer.
It is kind of.
We're not giving them no play.
I get into it sometime.
Easy. Get into what? Joking.
Tonight, deputies say this school bus driver picked up 40 students from a school, driving them home.
Hold on, man. This motherfucker looks exactly like what I thought a nigga who would be driving the bus looks like.
Bro, don't that motherfucker look like the Thing?
It looks like Popeye.
He do like if Popeye, if Bluto actually had gotten Olive Oil's draws, that's what Popeye would look like. Yes. You're right, Lady Lavender. He looks exactly like heartbroken Popeye. We'll keep playing.
Home while he was drunk, and no one was able to track him down until he called the district in the middle of his route. He said he was having a medical emergency.
And when he finally stepped off the bus, he apparently fell on his face.
Nigga, what?
Medical emergency.
This nigga drank himself into fucking SBT. God damn.
He was literally fall down drunk.
Nah. So wait a minute. They were trying to find him, and then he called them and said, "Hey y'all, hey, he probably dry heaving. Hey man, could y'all send? My bad. Can y'all call the police, please?"
Fox 35's Dave Puglisi joins us live from the middle school in Flagler County. So, Dave, you spoke exclusively to one of the parents who had a child on that bus.
John, she says that her child called her yesterday afternoon scared that the bus driver was yelling at them and driving around in circles. It wasn't until later that they found out that deputies are accusing this man of driving drunk 4 times higher than the legal limit.
Wait a minute, what?
Damn.
What?
God damn.
They better be.
Bosco, bro, you sure that wasn't that dude you saw pouring up that drink last week?
Hey, he was white.
It's the same. It's him.
That nigga, he moved.
He get around. He like Tupac.
He in Florida pouring up. Oh my God, 4 times the legal limit.
That's where he was headed to when you saw him. He wasn't about to go pick up no passengers. He was headed to Florida.
Nigga said, fuck it.
Oh, man, that kid drove him to drink, man.
Oh, shit, hold on.
I mean, he could have crashed and killed all of our kids.
This man, 60-year-old Mark McNeil, is under arrest after deputies say he drove a school bus drunk with 40 kids on board. Sherry Hennessy's 14-year-old daughter.
Wait a minute, her name is Hennessy?
Sherry, exactly. Sherry Hennessy.
What? Hey, you can't make that shit up, bro.
God damn.
Nigga, she two-fisted her shit, dog. She got Sherry in one hand, Hen in the other.
Sherry Hennessy.
Sherry Hennessy, 40 kids, nigga.
On purpose.
Hold on, 40 kids, Sherry Hennessy, all the drinks, nigga. This nigga playing Air with 40 hands while he driving the bus, nigga.
Daughter was one of those students picked up at Buddy Taylor Middle School.
She was really scared because she didn't know, what was happening. He had been yelling at them.
The arrest report states that Flagler County bus transportation staff noticed the smell of alcohol in McNeil's breath, but before they could stop him, he'd already taken a bus.
And the district apparently started calling him on the radio, telling him.
All right, we get it. That nigga drunk.
He probably sucking on Sherry Hennessy titty. That's what.
Wow.
That's what it was.
That's probably what it was. Smelled it on his breath.
Sherry Hennessy. Oh,
they said they noticed, they smelled the shit, but he
and just let him go.
That nigga did.
Before they could stop him.
That nigga
when they tried to hit him up, they couldn't find his ass.
That nigga turned the radio off. He pulled the Too Fast, Too Furious. Hey, though, why the kids say this nigga was just driving in circles? This nigga doing donuts in the parking lot? In the bus?
In the intersection. That's what you're doing.
Oh, man.
How do we know that? How do we know he's not like a drunken master and drive better?
You say he the Jackie Chan of bus drivers, nigga?
That's how we know.
He might be like Jackie Chan of bus drivers.
He's the Jackie Chan of bus drivers. Oh man. Hey y'all, don't do that. Don't do that with the babies. Don't do that with the babies.
Don't send them with the sick kids to the nurse.
Don't.
Right.
Don't drive their ass around drunk.
Don't do it. Oh shit.
Right.
Okay.
We saying pretty please. Pretty please don't do it.
All right. Under the category adults that need to be slapped in the mouth.
Yeah.
He's one of them.
He ain't gonna feel it. That nigga drunk.
He's at the top. So he ain't gonna feel it.
He ain't gonna feel it. Shit, he gonna be like,
I'm telling you, he a drunk master. Hey, you gonna slap in his mouth? He just gonna duck, nigga.
He gonna be like, you hit like a bitch, and then fall back down.
It's gonna be like he dropped his bottle and he flipped back and knock you out. You know what I'm saying?
What was the drunk motherfucker name on Tekken?
Oh, the old white cat. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. That was the homie, dog. He would fall down and start laughing at you, nigga.
Right. Kick you dead in your shit and you die.
Okay. This could be good or bad news. New Mexico asked National Guard to work as substitute teachers to keep classrooms open.
Wow.
Damn.
Talk about drunk folks watching kids.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, nigga. You don't want no Army personnel teaching your kids shit.
Hell no.
The reason why we joined the Army is we do not have a lot of anger management. Is not our forte. not high on the list of skills that you need to have in the Army. In a Sunday classroom in Valley Middle School, northern Mexico, a class of lively teenagers is doing a group reading exercise. Specialist Austin Alt paces around, peering over shoulders. It is his second day as substitute teacher, and his arrival came as a surprise. I went to one of my classes and I saw them there. I was kind of shocked at first, says Joshua Villalobos, 14, As this week, 78 members of the New Mexico National Guard have begun work as substitute teachers. They are responding to a call from Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham, who asked state employees to volunteer in an effort to keep schools open during the acute shortage of teachers exacerbated by the Omicron wave of COVID-19. What could go wrong?
I mean, could you imagine if one of them kids slam a book in the back of this class while this nigga's back is turned to the floor?
Well, hopefully he ain't been deployed. Oh yeah, hold on. Look at his shoulder here.
Has he been deployed?
I don't know. I can't see his other shoulder, so I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that could be all bad though.
Yeah. Hey, just out of curiosity, what is the what is it? A patch or whatever? What's the patch for deployed?
Well, is it
different for every branch?
Well, it's not so much different for every branch. Well, specifically in the Army, you have your unit patch, and then when you get deployed, after a certain amount of time, you get a combat patch. Mm-hmm. So you'll see some people in uniform, they only have a patch on one sleeve. Mm-hmm. So this young man here, on his left, he has his unit patch. Usually on your right, you have your combat patch, just because dominant right hand combat fighting, what the thought is. So your combat patch will go there underneath your the U.S. flag.
Gotcha.
So on his right arm.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's how you can tell, like, first glance when someone's been deployed or not, or they've been to a combat zone or whatever. Blah blah blah. They'll have a combat patch.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good information to know. I didn't know that.
Yep. So, I can't see his other shoulder, so I can't tell. But also, little known fact, National Guard. That's why it gets kind of scary. National Guard, for the most part, are infantry units.
Yeah.
They are the backfill for the infantry. Most of your reserve units are logistical and medical support units.
Okay.
Yep. So that's why a lot of times they call the National Guard, because they'll have like all this combat engineering equipment, where it be dams or things of that nature that you need to fortify, build, and shit like that. So yeah, your National Guard units probably 7 times out of 10 are infantry or combat engineering units.
Okay.
Yep. Anyway, sorry, y'all. That's your military facts for the week.
Yeah, it's good.
So,
It's a good lesson. They didn't teach me that in school.
Engineering, that sounds like a usable skill in the classroom.
It's not the kind of engineering that we think of. A lot of times, especially in the National Guard side of things, your engineers are niggas that just go blow up shit.
Right.
So they're or bomb people that go out and find bombs. And they
might be able to engineer something to block people's cell phones so the kids would actually pay attention in class and not be on Instagram and
Personal
Snapchat.
stuff.
Finding their friends.
I mean, Joe, you are right. Some of them are like constructional.
Well, you said building bridges and dams and shit like that.
Yeah, they can get in that, but not a lot of like mechanical or electrical or things of that nature. But there are some smart engineers in the National Guard. Yes, sir. But yeah, I don't know if they're gonna be able to build a cell tower to block Instagram, Lady Lavender. So good luck with that.
One day.
So
Hopefully.
what's the just out of curiosity? Once again, I'm sorry, I know kind of.
Go ahead.
But I just figured. I don't know. I never really thought about it, I guess. But why is there a particular reason that schools just don't like ban cell phones in class? Is that like a safety thing? Like if something happens or something, or
I leave it to the teachers.
They can't do it. They don't feel that they can't. They really can't control it. So why bother? Or
bruh, like that is a fucking fight.
Yeah,
that's a fight. That's a fight.
Okay.
No, that's I don't know.
With the parents or with the school, with the students, or like
there are
in the classroom.
There are schools that do it, but public school. Not in public school. It's not gonna happen.
No.
You don't have
to be a good way to teach too, wouldn't it?
Oh, of course, yeah. The only times I've seen schools successfully take phones away from kids is only on like testing day. So like when they were doing state tests, the kids had to put their phone in a Ziploc bag with their name on it, and that went to the corner for that time period, and then they got it back. But other than that, I've never seen schools successfully en masse take away kids' cell phones in a school.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like we can take it. Like if they pull them out and they become a problem, we have a situation where we can. And this is a big conversation we had this year. Administration will collect them and tell the parents they need to come get them or whatever. There needs to be some sort of mediation or whatever. But I mean that is a fucking fight. Like that might be a literal fight. They will literally fight over their phone.
Over their phones, yeah. I can see that too, though.
And so if you don't want to get punched in the mouth,
I have to punch a kid in the mouth.
Yeah. So I mean, it's about relationship building. I take phones, but that's because I built a relationship. They trust me, and they also know that I'm gonna give it back at the end of the class. Because if they know that I'm keep it and play real silly with them. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Yeah. So that's just what it is.
Okay. You showed it in the combat patch there.
Yeah, I was just right quick. So I know Zeb was like, he asked about it. So
let me see.
On the screen here, you see he has his and actually when we're in garrison, which is stateside, not in combat, this should be like a regular red, white, and blue flag. But when you're in combat, it's like this kind of subdued color. But you see here, this guy is probably part of a combat unit. That's why his combat patch and his unit patch are the same.
Are the same.
But you see this guy here, this is not probably not a combat, or he just went with a different unit. But his combat patch is different. So that's how you know when someone has been to combat or in a war zone, because they'll have that. And then, like, these are my boys on my dress uniform. I was with 3rd ID. Them my boys right there. Rocking them all. Anyway. But, yeah, that's how you know. Anyway, back to the podcast. Sorry, y'all. So yeah, and this dude, like, he's actually one of the few National Guard people I know who works as a technician in a laboratory. So them kids might be all right. We'll see.
That's just fucked up that it's come to that, though.
Yeah, it's coming to that, and I mean, hopefully that experiment works out. Hopefully, not experiment, or I guess that little backfill, to keep those children in the classroom and keep them educated and all that good stuff. Hopefully it works out for the best.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. Missouri may be set to legalize lynching and murder. All right. That's a hell of a lead-in. A proposed self-defense law would make it difficult to prosecute killers who claim to be acting in fear of their life or safety. So basically just building upon already existing castle laws and stand your ground laws throughout this country.
Right.
So now I think that's saying is now it's extended from the property, because castle laws pertains just to property.
Well, stand your ground laws are also not with your property. They're like that's why I said stand your ground laws and castle law, because I don't know if Missouri, for the most part, has a stand your ground law. It might be something new they put into place.
Well, I know they have a castle law.
They do have castle law. Yes, they do.
Well, I think what this one is saying is changing the burden of proof from the shooter to the victim.
The victim.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the victim, assuming that the victim is alive, but basically it has to be proven that the victim wasn't justifiably shot.
Okay.
But here's the thing, though. A law is bad when even the police are like, "Hey, man, this ain't good." You have
there's another law that we already have. I'm trying to I forget exactly what it is, and the police are already against that one, because it has something to do with like the state police, they can't access like a federal registry or some shit like that. It's something, for gun registrations or some shit.
Yeah.
Some weird kind of technicality type of thing, but it makes it harder for them to be able to track, you know what I'm saying? I guess whether a gun or something was used across state lines, or whether a person, I don't know exactly. I forget the article that I read a while back, but so that's not the first one that, my point is that this ain't passed yet. It's being proposed or whatever. But yeah.
And like Zeb said, basically anyone who commits an act of violence, including killing another person, can claim self-defense or defense of a third party, and that claim will automatically be presumed valid unless prosecutors can definitively prove otherwise. So,
and y'all are there. Where's this lynching come into all of this? Like, I get this. I'm hearing, stand your ground. Where does lynching?
Well, I think this was because when I first heard about this and read about it on Twitter, they were juxtaposing it against Ahmaud Arbery, which was to a lot of people seen as a modern lynching. You know what I'm saying? So basically, we say we run and they tried to say that like, oh, he grabbed my gun, so we had to shoot him. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think that's kind of where some of that language comes from. I don't answer your question at all, but when I first read about this on Twitter, that's what they were like in the light of Arbery, in the light of fucking motherfucker storming the Capitol and everything else that's been going on the last 2 years. Now we got this law coming out. What the fuck?
Yeah, and I believe, if I remember correctly, it was a specific legislature in Missouri that used that term. That basically, that said that, and that's what people basically kind of been running, because obviously that's gonna sound good. That's gonna be good for a headline and shit.
Right. And I think it allows them to draw that line to Ahmaud Arbery's murder. Yeah. And but like I said, even law enforcement in the state of Missouri is like, what the fuck? This is not helping us at all.
Not at all.
No.
So
that means
the wrong motherfucking Boone County hear the term lynching and this shit is legal.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Boone, shit. There's some parts of Kansas City you go up to Raymore, nigga. You go too far out north, nigga. Shit, they they said
up there in Platte.
Yeah, they said we can shoot you.
Hey, yeah, I just drove through Raymore. Nigga. When I go in there, I take off my mask that says Black Lives Matter because I be like, I ain't trying to deal with that shit today.
Niggas be knowing, dog.
Today.
Yeah. Niggas be knowing. Nah, yeah. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this. But yeah, man, that's it's crazy, like I said, when law enforcement's like, yeah, this ain't good. We don't like this law.
Yeah, we already have really lax gun laws, so I don't think we need to get any less restrictive.
No, we do not. No, sir, I agree.
Break bread with your brothers whenever possible.